takes a village of helping hands. It takes a people who understand. We can make a difference across the nation with community renovation.
Making a difference.
Hey man, that's what it's all about.
Community renovation is about a house that was donated, that all the contractors said should be mowed over. But instead, we decided that our nonprofit would get behind renovating the house and celebrate the renovation of the house with the renovation of the community. As we go along with the series, you're going to see all the different things that have happened that have made this house so very special. The Community Renovation House is part of a nonprofit. This project is a nonprofit project, and everything that was done on this house was donated and sponsored. We want to thank all the fine companies that got behind us. We are in Florida, and one of the first things that happened when we got the Community Renovation House started was a hurricane happened. You know, the problem with a hurricane is that if it doesn't tear up your house, it makes it almost impossible to do any work on a house for a long time because of all the other people that need things done to their house. The electricity went out, we got a lot of water, and surprisingly, the water came right up to the doorstep, but it didn't go in.
This is the fountain that was full of water, and this barricade is going to be renewed by the city in days to come.
So, community renovation. One of the first things that we did when we started renovating was take the garage, which was already like a guest apartment, and rehab it, pull everything out of it. It had all gotten really soiled and messed up over the years. Pull everything out of it and redo it. So that's what we began to do. My buddy Neil helped us and some of his pals to get it all cleared out, cleaned out, and start refurbishing.
This is the head man, Mr. Neil Dukes. Say hello, Neil.
How y'all doing?
What's going on in this ceiling?
Well, looking at the structure, they actually did a good job on the structure, but after they did the build out, someone did a lazy job and didn't want to properly install the conduits for electricity. So they actually put some half-inch fixtures up to install the drywall, which was really as they say, a lazy man will work himself to death kind of situation. So we're going to turn this inhabitable, build it into something we want to live into now.
So that's where the bathroom was.
Right, where it was before. Want that for a present? I'm gonna wear it like Flavor Flav does.
You can show me that on how you wear it like Fred Flav.
Flavor Flav.
You can wear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The bathroom's gonna go here in our garage. We're gonna repurpose an old shower that was in the garage. And then Bubba, say hello, Bubba. Bubba's gonna be framing out the French doors with repurposed wood. What do you think?
I think it's coming along great. Working on the plumbing now in the bathroom. Have it installed in just a little bit. The kitchen, working on the kitchen plumbing as well. I think the bathroom is going to turn out to be real good.
The Community Renovation Show is brought to you by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo cares about the communities they serve. Wells Fargo is the oldest and most trusted bank in America. You know, our nonprofit has always been about making a difference. I've always felt like we can lean on each other, we can make a difference. A big difference in this world. So, much different than most rehab shows. I'm a musician, so I gotta take a little musical license here and do a song for us about what we're doing. Enjoy.
Find somebody next to you. Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Everybody got a partner? Come on. Lean on me, young lady. When you're not strong, I'll be your permission hands. I'll help you. That's it, Lord. You won't be gone. I'm gonna lean me. So I'll be going. Now you know that's good. Lean on me. When you're not strong.
West Frazier Lumber and Chip Osteen, they made a huge difference in this project. Chip Osteen called me up and he said, come on out here and let's talk about the wood you need to replace all the bad wood in the house. So that was the first thing on our agenda. All right, Steve, what are we doing, buddy?
We got some rock beams, which is the support of the whole wall. It starts from the bottom up. Termites have gotten it pretty good. So we're going to cut all the bad out and replace it with some brand new donated 2x6s that Mr. Olstein was gracious enough to give us.
He was, wasn't he? That was awesome.
We had to build a temporary wall inside to support the weight of the roof while we removed all the rotten studs up the wall, rotten beams up the bottom, and we're almost finished with the demo and time to rebuild.
And you took this whole wall out today?
Whole wall out.
And this wall that had a bad issue with framing will not have a bad issue anymore. That's how rotten it was right there. Sunnyland Distributors supplied all the materials, the shingles, and everything we needed for the roof. And Brinks Roofing supplied the roof and all the workers to do an amazing job. They did such a cool job on the roof. I was so impressed. Thanks, guys. Tell everybody back at the office we appreciate it.
But Brinks Roofing, LLC. Josh at Brinks Roofing was very instrumental in helping us to bring this project to fruition and said, we're going to get the guys up there to put a roof on. Sunnyland Distributors helped us with all the roofing materials that we needed to be able to put on the roof, and we want to thank them so much. I'd love for you to take a moment and thank the fine people that helped us make this happen. Thank them for their efforts on our behalf.
You know, after the hurricane, I was really distraught. I couldn't get anything to happen with the house. I had talked to a bunch of presidents of major corporations to see if they would help donate some money for our job that we were trying to do, and they all said their budgets had been taken up with other projects. The hurricane came through, and it made it difficult to find anybody that even wanted to help do anything on the house, because they were all doing stuff on houses all over the state. And I just didn't know what I was going to do. I thought, man, I've been given this great opportunity, and I want to see it through, but nothing's happening. And that's when I realized I just had to believe. I just had to believe. You know, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. Sometimes the world just keeps spinning around, and sometimes we're good and sometimes we're bad, and sometimes we're happy and sometimes we're sad. But you just got to let that go, because the future is not ours to know. And believe. You got to believe.
Sometimes you're up, and sometimes you're down, and sometimes the world keeps spinning around. And sometimes you're good, and sometimes you're bad, and sometimes you're happy, sometimes sad. But we got to let it go. The future's not ours to know, so believe. Sometimes you gotta believe. Sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes it's hard to get along. And sometimes you're in, and sometimes you're out. Sometimes you're sure, sometimes you doubt. But we got to let it go. To know, so believe, believe, believe. Sometimes you gotta believe. I've heard it said, it's all in your head. I assure you they're wrong. We live and we die, and the more that you try, keep hanging on. Someday we'll all be gone. We'll all be gone. So believe, 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 believe. Come on now, believe. Sometimes you got to believe. It takes a village of helping hands. It takes a people who understand. We can make a difference across the nation with community renovation.
Making a difference.
Hey man, that's what it's all about.